Welcome to the Obamacare Compliance Manual, OCCM, the complete compliance manual for chiropractic practices. If you purchase this on CD, your CD contains the OCCM Policy and Procedure Portfolio. It also contains the Legal Notice and Purchase Agreement. In the CD folder, you have the Quick Start Guide for Program Launch. You want to read this document first. If you purchase this as a downloadable, the OCCM Compliance Program Launch Quick Start Overview is the first file in your directory when you load it. It says Quick Start and Read First. That means print this out and read this first. Next, you will open the OCCM Policy and Procedure Portfolio. If you see this notice saying that you need Adobe version 9.0 or greater, then you need to stop, download the current version of Adobe Reader. It's free, and then open this document with Adobe Reader. Especially if you're on a Mac, you can't use Preview. You must download Adobe Reader. There's versions for PC and Mac. When you open it correctly, you should see this, where the button says Get Started for the Launch.pdf. Click it, and you'll see that OCCM package contains 4 components: the launch document, forms and logs, the actual manual, and tools for auditing and staying compliant. The launch document is what you want to print first. Compliance is a process. This is your roadmap to becoming and staying compliant. Forms and logs are individualized office forms with your office information plus required logs. The manual you'll be answering questions about and then printing your office's individualized policy and procedure manual. And the tools are for the audits and assessments you'll be performing periodically. So first, for the launch document, click Launch.pdf, enter your OCCM license number, scroll down to fill out the fields. These are things like your office address and name, basic information. You then want to print the launch document and read it and file it appropriately in the launch documentation folder. The launch document contains an overview of the compliance program as well as an overview of the launch of the compliance program, as well as how to begin your compliance program, first setting up the folders, and as well as staff meetings and getting ready for the staff meetings for compliance. The forms you'll need to fill out are for the clinic director and to appoint the compliance officer and say where the office is and when this process is being adopted. I would suggest putting in today's date as when you began the process, because this is a process. You will not have everything done tomorrow. The goal is getting everything done eventually and being able to document that you've done so. Obamacare Compliance Manual is not a do it once and forget it. It's designed to become part of the process of how you're running your office and training your team to be aware of privacy regulations and other federal regulations and state as well. Next, you want to create the manuals by clicking on MANUAL.pdf. There'll be a bunch of questions you want to answer. Once you've answered the questions, print out 2 copies of the manual. One copy is the master copy. That goes into a 3-inch binder. The cover for this and the other manuals are in the back of the launch program. You may want to print them out in color. The training copies go into the 1-inch binders. You should break the manual up into the appropriate compliance, office safety, operations management, and human resource sections. So you have 2 copies. The master copy stays with the compliance manager. The training copy is what everybody else in the office reads. When you're setting up the manuals, the labels for the spines are also at the end of this document. Again, you may want to print this out in color. Additionally, you want to create folders for the logs in the other 1-inch binders. One for the compliance officer, one for front desk, and the other for miscellaneous logs that you'll be keeping to maintain compliance. At the end of the launch folder, you'll find the reader's log. This gets filled out by each employee and signed. And basically, this is saying that each employee has read each one of the aforementioned logs. This is filed by the compliance officer in the launch documentation folder when it happens. Additionally, the compliance officer will be keeping other logs, including the adoption of the compliance manual and the compliance aspects training log, or CAT log, in the compliance officer log. You want to read the other documentation and the getting ready for staff meeting 1 document, schedule staff meeting 1, and then begin the process of becoming compliant. We suggest having compliance meetings initially every 2 to 3 weeks, and then for most compliance issues, having quarterly compliance meetings. As part of your purchase of the Obamacare Compliance Manual System, you will be receiving a quarterly newsletter along with an agenda for that quarter's meeting, which will be updating you on new changes in the law. The Obamacare Compliance System, OCCM, will help you to build a more systematic office that is driven by manuals and documented to both run well and, if and when you become audited, be ready.